have my friend David and Jackie say hi real quick, and then I'm going to walk out.
Hi, everybody. I've just been visiting with my old friend John. Didn't have much to say, but just hi and God bless.
And that's sweet Jackie.
Hi, bye.
I told David I was going to go get my car. I'll talk in a minute when I leave, but I wanted David to say hi because he's new on Facebook and he's got a lot of old friends, and maybe they'd like to see, if he's still good looking or not. And so now that
that's not going to change.
David, thank you.
All right, see you later.
Okay, and I love you.
Thanks for coming by.
I'll see you soon, David. It's been a few weeks, but I'm going to try and come back by sooner.
Keep spreading the word.
And tell Andy that. Tell Andy I came by.
I will.
Because I ain't seen him in about a week.
Maybe I'll give him a call on my phone next time he's here to call you.
Yes, I got his number. Thank you, David.
Oh, he can receive text.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I've texted him before, but I'll do it again. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, David. I'm going to just talk a little bit. I had a good visit with David, and my mechanic called, so I'm heading back to... This is La Armada Housing Complex off of Port Street is over there. I kind of cut through the little complex, heading the other way. I had a good fellowship with David, and David's new on Facebook, so I figure maybe some of his old friends that have not seen him in a long time, now that we're friends on Facebook, I said they'll get to see me talking. Maybe people that have not seen David in many years, 10, 15 years, because he's new. So eventually I'll have him share some of his testimony a little bit more. And I'm helping David with his Facebook on the phone, because he was, his password, I had to reset it and all, and he wanted to do a picture. Preacher John, would you help me and you do a picture? I said, sure, I'll post one on mine and one on yours. And sure enough, my phone started giving me problems. I don't know why. My mechanic was calling, and the airplane mode, which I put on when I make a video, it was not turning off. So I reset my phone, and sure enough, when I turn my phone on, and I do these videos during the day when I'm walking, it asks for my password. Look, I have about 10 different passwords for all my websites. They're all different, and they're not like simple. They're all complicated with letters. I said, I have no idea what my password is, and I need to make videos today, talking to myself. So I guessed it. It's like 10 numbers and letters mixed. Sure enough, I guessed the right one, so I was able, and I'm sitting there helping him with his Facebook, because he's new on the phone and all, and I'm having to guess my password, or else I won't be able to do these videos. And the text from my friend that I asked everybody to pray for was my friend David in Kingsville, and one of the guys I work with, a relative of David, little Andy, just was asking if some prayer for little Andy, which these are families from the early days, and they're all still friends of mine. So I talked to David, texting him, but it was not funny, but I have texts from David and talking about Andy, praying for Andy. And of course, I'm with my other friend David, talking about his brother Andy. So I have two Davids, two Andys, and I lose my. Okay, so I'm walking back. I'm going to go get the car. I want to do a little update. There's no particular. I'm glad I caught David on video. So today, all of you old friends of David Martin, I hope you enjoyed that. And pray for David. I pray before I did the little talk right at the end when I was leaving. I always pray for David. Me and David and Jackie, we're just praying. So let's lift up each other in prayer. That's a big thing. The teaching of Acts, by the way, which I'm commenting somewhat today. When Peter was in prison, it says prayer was made by the church for him continually. So all of the early church, when the brothers, the point men, like Peter and others, sometimes refer to leadership in the church as point men, you pray for leadership. Pray for brothers and sisters. You know, it's funny, I'm cutting through a side street here, which is through the housing complex. But I remember this street because when I used to work with Pops, one of his houses he was living in Jimmy D, the apartment complex, it's right down there. So this area of town is kind of familiar because of all that over the years. So this is number 2 for today. I was not able to listen to the news because I was not in my car. And so I don't know of any news updates, but you got a little view and see a little bit of the other side of town. And I'm going to go get the car. And my daughter, I usually teach at the ranch. So I texted my daughter yesterday because I said I needed to know how I was going to work out dropping off the car and all the things being on foot today. But I didn't get a text back, so I figured that's fine, I'll teach. I'd like to know ahead of time. I'll either reread the chapter I'm going to teach the next day. So I said, well, I'll just do it this morning. I'll teach you at the house, which I did. Then I'm with David, and we're getting all the texts, and I'm making passwords, even my own. And then I got a text from my daughter. She said, Dad, are you coming today? I said, oh, Becky, I got the car at the shop. I'm on foot. So this ain't a bad neighborhood. I mean, maybe it is, but this is the side of town. You know, I'm just thinking, I cut out a news article yesterday. I normally buy the Corpus Christi Caller, and I always pray for the cases of kids that are in legal trouble. But the corner store didn't have the Corpus paper, so I got the San Antonio paper. And so instead I figured I'll pray for any cases there. And I cut out a case of these 2 boys from San Antonio that were convicted of murder. The one brother is already serving life. These kids were young, 18, 19. The other brother just had his trial. They killed an Army veteran in San Antonio that was just standing at a bus stop or at a corner. And the Army veteran, I forget the name, but he was 28 years old. You have a military veteran. It might have been the Air Force Base up in San Antonio, and they shot him in the chest. And I read the story, and it said he fell down, the veteran, a few years ago. And he got up to run. He ran a few feet and died. Okay, they tried the 2 brothers. And I read the testimony. The reason that they shot him, you would think it was a drug dealer. They didn't have money for rent. Now, I'm sure they maybe were involved in other criminal activity. But the testimony, which was from both of them. Hello, boy. Hello. Look at that nice dog. The testimony from both of them was they did it because they had to pay the rent. Very sad. Sad that that veteran lost his life. I don't justify the crime. So I cut out that article and put up all of the names on my prayer wall. But, you know, a lot of people are in difficult times. A lot of these areas, this area of town is sometimes considered bad. Now I'm walking up to Port Street through the La Armada. That was La Armada Housing Complex is where I just walked through. It's where David lives. Oh, I'll end it with this graffiti. I passed it when I was coming down here. This wall looks nice. Now some people, when they do the graffiti, I hope I'll get a good picture of it. Some of the businesses, they either let people do a painting, or if they just do the graffiti and it looks good, they leave it. Somebody might have painted this one. Look how nice this is. It's like a jungle book. I'll show it to you. I'll turn the camera. And being it's facing me, put the camera out. Look how pretty that looks. See that? Okay, so that's it. We're walking down, and this is the little second one, and I got David on I'll title it David Martin. God bless everybody.